I'm Viola. Welcome to my first Experience English video in which I'm gonna tell you about my vision of English, of learning English and using materials of English. So the question is how to be an active learner of English, how to experience English, how to trigger the learning process, especially if you lack motivation after your previous experience. I remember myself being taught in a state school. The only material or tool I can evoke is a course book. Now, think of a course book that you are using or used to use when at school. Did the topics or the book in general grasp your interest? If your answer is yes, that's good. Nonetheless, you can achieve more if you consider the following 3 rules as for learning English and using materials of English. First, look for authentic materials that contain English expressions that are used by native speakers. Because what's the use of studying English if nobody uses them or are out of date? I believe that the main goal of students is to communicate with foreigners, and to achieve that you need authentic expressions that are accepted and used by other people. Besides, it is motivating to learn something that is up to date and cool, isn't it? Okay, so the question is where to find them. The thing that I fully recommend is podcasts. You can find them on the internet. You just need to Google the word podcast and look for podcasts for topics that interests you, and listen to them as many times as you need, as many times as you want. And if it happens that they are too difficult for you to understand, you can look for graded podcasts. That is, podcasts of easier language, of lower level. Second, look for materials that arouse your interest. That is, topics that you are keen on. Most course books include topics like work, school, technology, holiday, etc. etc. Now, it is believed that if you are interested, if you are positive about something, you will learn more efficiently. So you should enjoy the topic. The more interested or even passionate you are about the topic, the more effective the learning will be. In short, you learn English more frequently, more enjoyably and more effectively. If you're not encouraged yet, think of a film that you are thrilled about, that you enjoy watching. Even if it were in a language you don't know well, it's more likely that you would put a greater effort to understand it, use a dictionary, or after watching it, remember some cool expressions in the original version. If it weren't interesting, you just wouldn't bother. Furthermore, generally you are able to talk about the subject that you enjoy more because you already have some background information about it. Say, banking, tourism, cars, etc. etc. To give you an example, I used to have a student who's rather poor, who failed almost all his English tests. But when it came to giving a presentation on a chosen subject, on a student's hobby, it was not only me that was surprised. All the students were listening to his wonderful speech on skiing in astonishment. And of course he got the highest grade. So, you know what to do. Third and the last, materials of English should be neither too easy nor too difficult. it is greatly discouraging if they are. That's why I told you about graded podcasts. It should fit the level of English that you have. If it's too easy, you don't make progress, certainly. But on the other hand, if it is too difficult, it's not advisable either. Make sure that too many difficult words don't disturb your understanding of English and decrease the pleasure of learning. Before I finish, I'd like to read a fragment of a book for teenage native speakers of English. So it is written by and for native speakers, and is still easy because it uses simple words and structures that kids use. So just listen to this. It is a diary of a wimpy kid by Jeff Kinney. Saturday. Well, the first week of school is finally over, so today I slept in. Most kids wake up early on Saturday to watch cartoons or whatever, but not me. The only reason I get out of bed at all on weekends is because eventually I can't stand the taste of my own breath anymore. Unfortunately, Dad wakes up at 6 in the morning no matter what day of the week it is, and he's not real considerate of the fact that I am trying to enjoy my Saturday like a normal person. I didn't have anything to do today, so I just headed up to Rolly's house. Rolly is technically my best friend, but that is definitely subject to change. I've been avoiding Rolly since the first day of school, when he did something that really annoyed me. We were getting our stuff from our lockers at the end of the day, and Rolly came up to me and said, "Want to come over to my house and play?" I have told Rolly at least 1 billion times that now that we are in middle school, you're supposed to say hang out, not play. But no matter how many noogies I gave him, he always forgets the next time. I've been trying to be a lot more careful about my image ever since I got to middle school, but having Rolly around is definitely not helping. I met Rolly a few years ago when he moved into my neighbourhood. His mom bought him this book called How to Make Friends in New Places, and he came to my house trying all these dumb gimmicks. I guess I kind of felt sorry for Rolly, and I decided to take him under my wing. It's been great having him around, mostly because I get to use all the tricks Roderick pulls on me. Okay, so to cut the long story short, my advice as for learning English and using materials of English is: number 1, look for authentic materials that use real English, that are prepared by native speakers, like podcasts or BBC radio. 2, make sure that the topics in the book or other material is interesting for you, is enjoyable to read, to listen to. And number 3 is choose materials that are neither too easy nor too difficult. If you're interested, see my blog, which is www.angielskiego.blogspot.com. I think that's it. Thank you for watching. See you.